Hello and servus again from Munich. Long time no see. And a very happy and a very belated Happy New Year to you all. Hope you had a good Christmas or whatever you were celebrating. I kind of didn't. Christmas is always work, due to me being a part-time organist. But and I was alone. That also sucked a bit. But oh well, it's always a bit doom and gloom with me. I've noticed that. And now I'm facing a long-distance relationship in the quite near future, and I have finals, and my mood is at near the physical zero. But when I'm looking at that, I felt, I should let you guys in on what's going on with my plants again. And also, what I just noticed is that I've surpassed the 100 subscriber mark. So thanks to you all people for sticking with me despite my very irregular upload schedule, or non-existent upload schedule to be precise. It's very appreciated. I really like the exchange in the comments and little conversations and all the people I've got to know. Well, internet friends. But it's cool to discuss our hobby, even if it's just online. So, Now, in my last video, this Oncidium Sotuanum was in bloom, but don't be fooled, these are not the same blooms. This thing has done something very, very strange. It has matured. This is the newest growth, nice, fat and plump, as it should be. And it did a very silly thing, because it threw out a spike, which is good, but you can see this is basically just one branch of a proper spike. And it did that with this one, and this one, and there's one in the back on this new growth here. Don't get me wrong, blooms are always appreciated, but basically these bulbs are now wasted, because I don't think that they will grow another spike from these leaf axils here. Proper spikes. But nevertheless, the fragrance is good, color's nice, and the blooms are nice, and I'll take anything at this time of year. Yeah, whatever. What else? I have 2 new orchids since November actually, or December, I don't even know anymore. And I've introduced a new genus into my collection, and some of you, by the look of the plant, will already know what that is. And for those who don't, it's a Bulbophyllum macrae. This was in bloom when I bought it, and I do have some footage which hopefully will be included right here, even if it's just a little photo or something. And I didn't want it to be alone, so I bought another one. This is Bulbophyllum plumatum, meaning feathered, and it's one of those long, dangly bloom bulbophyllums. Yeah, I don't really know much about them, except for that plumatum is supposedly quite a cool grower, so this will be interesting over the next summer. So far, in the about 2 or 3 months that I have it, this macrae here has matured 2 new growths very nicely. There's another one coming, so doesn't seem too bad here for it. My Dendrobium corner, with this silly thing, which has aborted another 3 spikes. This is Dendrobium rhodostictum. I'm at a complete loss. I don't know what is wrong. It has roots. The new growth has matured nicely, but this thing is just cursed for me. Maybe in the summer, I hope, or in the spring, that the spikes will make it, that it's just lack of light maybe, because it's winter. I really hope so, because the blooms are so beautiful, but if it does abort another spike, I'll probably sell it to someone who can accommodate it better, because that's no use, just takes up space. Now the Dendrobium antenatum, which is falling out of its pot, which is always good, which is always a joy. Yeah, there is a new growth starting, and this is the latest cane, which is still kind of growing. And yeah, this is doing really, really nicely. I'm very happy with that, and I kind of hope that I will see blooms this year. Maybe just a little dinky as first time blooming, but it would be nice because, yeah, the antenatum, it's all in the name. It has antennae and it looks like a little antelope, and it's cool. And yeah, my Paphiopedilum delenati has thrown up a spike during my absence when I wasn't looking. Well, if you, and again, delenati seems to be one of the faster-ish Paphiopedilums, because the spike, well, I think about 2 months from discovering the spike to blooming. Not quite sure. I haven't kept any notes, but yeah, it's as beautiful as last year, and there's another bud coming. So I think it likes it here, and I'm treating it well, because the first blooming you could oh, what's the word? You could blame, in air quotes, blame on the nursery, but I think now I have it about 1.5 years. I think I'm doing something right with it. And yeah, it's simply my favorite path, I guess, so far. Maybe this will change when in a decade or so this thing there in the background will bloom, the Rothschildianum cross. But yeah. Oh, I just simply like the color combination and the shape. I like, personally I like paths with nice big round sepals and petals. Yeah. But I love paths in general. Also, yeah, you know, the very nice patterning that this thing has. It's just perfect for me. One of my favorites, absolute favorites. And easy growing, easy blooming. Grows in a fucking kitchen environment, excuse my French. What else could you want from an orchid species? That's a species orchid, keep that in mind. And it's growing in non-perfect conditions, but yeah, it's a hardy little beggar. So, that's it for the blooms. Now I want to talk a bit about my catasetums. Now this catasetum is also a bit in the naughty corner, because this also has aborted a spike. That's this thing here. Let's see if I can get close. Yeah, you can see. Not happy with that. Now that's the growth that it started in the winter, which is pathetic as expected. And it's losing its leaves, and I think it had some bugs that I missed. Don't know if it was spider mites or anything else, but there's nothing else affected in here. I've checked. Simply, they really just devoured this one here. Yeah, but otherwise it's doing nicely. You can see this is this year's growth. Put my hand. It's longer than my hand, and it's certainly almost double the size of the previous year growth. So overall this is doing fine. And let's take this out. This is the Fred Clark Yarrow After Dark SVO Black Pearl. Yeah, the nice black one we all love. It is fully dormant now. And I know you, Roger Frampton, you hate the look of the dormant catasetums, but actually I quite like it. They look a bit wacky, and I wouldn't want to have my complete table here full of them, because it would indeed be a bit boring. A bit of leafy stuff here and there is nice, but I really like the look. They look different. So yeah, this is dormant since, fully dormant since about middle of December, and it has done absolutely nothing. But as long as the newest bulb doesn't show any signs of shriveling, I simply leave it alone. And yeah, it looks exactly like dormant catasetums I've seen with other people, so yeah, I'm quite happy that this plays by the rules. As does my Cycnodes Wine Delight, except that it also didn't bloom this year, which I'm annoyed about. But I'll give it one more chance. If it doesn't bloom next year, then I will give it away or whatever, because I'm not prepared to accommodate this thing if it doesn't bloom. Because, fun fact, although I like the catasetum type naked bulbs, I really don't like the Cycnodes or Cycnoches. They're long and, I don't know, long and skinny, and they really look ugly. But the blooms, if it was blooming, would really make up for that look on Cycnodes Wine Delight. They're beautiful and the color is absolutely nice. And now to the last catasetum. This is the Moniara Millennium Magic Witchcraft, which is hibernating along, doing absolutely nothing. I have given it actually a drop of water here and there because the new growth was a bit shriveling, but since then it just sits here. And yeah, what can I say else? The complex hybrid phallus in bloom, but I'm really not happy with the blooms. They're small and I don't really like this blotchy stuff. They are supposed to be pink with delicate patterning, but I don't know what fucks them up every winter. But yeah, it's a splash of color, so it can stay, and it's not really in the way, but could do better. Still have it in lacquer palettes, and I don't plan on changing that. That's quite a practical way to keep a complex hybrid Phalaenopsis for me. Don't have to bother to fumble around with bark and such things, so I only have to buy bark for my smaller orchids. And come to think of it, I don't have any medium left. No potting medium. Nothing at all. That's bad. Have to buy some. But yeah, that's not that shouldn't be that big of a problem, should it? So yeah, I'm thinking about what else I could show you, but actually there's nothing aside. Oh, maybe if you're interested, the Todescantia is still taking over the world. This is really disturbing actually, because when I started this thing, which is living here in this clay pot now, it was about 20 centimeters long cutting, and this was lasted. I think it wasn't even a year ago that I started this thing, and yeah, it's everywhere. There are new vines coming out of it constantly, and new flower spikes. It's a sequential bloomer. I have actually one, and yeah, there are always some of these nice pink blooms dotted around. And yeah, my Schlumberger or Christmas cactus did its thing for Christmas and bloomed, but I also had some buds blast. Don't really know why. Maybe too less water. But oh well, it had some very nice blooms, and there's still some viable buds, I think. So yeah, very nice color. Fortunately, I already have this bloom here, which is already going over, but the color is still strong on it. And yeah, I think this is basically it give you another taste of this one. Isn't it beautiful? So if you want an easy path, try and get your hands on a quality Delinati, which has good roots, of course, because yeah, with path you always need good roots, or it can get a bit frustrating. My Pinocchio is growing, the new growth is growing, but it has a shitty root system and it's so painstakingly slow, and I don't really know if it will make it or not, but oh well, it's sitting in there, doesn't take up space basically, so it can stay. But yeah, back to Delinati. Really cannot recommend this high enough. Very nice growing pattern. It's a small one, you can see them compared to my hand. Yeah, this is about 15 centimeters wide. It fits everywhere. It can live on your windowsill. It likes it warm, so you don't have to fuss around in the winter or something with cooling it down. So what more could you want from it? So I think I wrap this up now, because there isn't really... Oh, no. It's always this one thing in the end that you forget. It's a spike, unfortunately. No, not unfortunately, it's just a spike. And the spike has been around quite a while, and it's growing slowly. But there are some... I think there is the first sign that in the somewhat near future there will be some buds forming, and I'm very excited, because this is a seedling and grown from seed, so it's a surprise package. And Cornix Violet is a hybrid of Corningiana, Phalaenopsis corningiana, and Phalaenopsis violacea, both highly fragrant. It's the main reason I bought this. I bought this cross here from Schwerter, actually. So yeah, now I wrap this video up. Hope you liked it, and maybe see you next time. Bye bye.